Sir, I think that I never had so much big information about boredom. I never thought how much boredom could be so big. And now I think that boredom is the most important thing in my life.
I love that. Very good. Thank you.
I never thought a topic on boredom could be so interesting. I should say that.
Yes, sir. Boredom means you'll be bored. But this was the opposite.
Yes.
So
Okay.
first, I would like to thank you for giving such a wonderful speech. I learned a lot from this. And second thing, I never thought behind boredom, there are a lot of things. Right now, if I want to think about it, I could even make a talk of it. So there are a lot of details that I learned. And another thing, I am always I don't want to be bored. I want to be doing something or the other. But right now, I understand it's okay to be bored. It's great to be bored.
Okay. By the way, let's not forget the end result. Boredom is a call to a meaningful activity. The question is boredom good or bad? And so most of you said that boredom is bad, and Ankit said, okay, it's kind of
Both.
between both or whatever. But then I asked him for a reason, but that reason also went into a circle of, come on, whatever you're so interested can become boring also. So that's the thing that we came to. And what do people do when they're bored? We watch TV, we do all of that stuff. Now, the question that comes to is boredom a natural thing, or is it a flaw in our human design?
Sir, I say it is a flaw in our human design.
Could you repeat the options again, sir?
You can see it on your screen, my dear.
Oh, is boredom natural or is... Sir, it's natural.
Is boredom natural, or is it a flaw in our human design? And
Sir, we
Niranjan
only
says,
Natural.
what is it?
Natural. It's absolutely natural. How?
Okay, Ankit says it's natural, and Niranjan says it's
A flaw in our
a
human
flaw
design.
in the human design. Okay, how about
No,
Sanidhi?
actually, when you see, it's not just the humans who feel this.
Okay,
If you notice closely, most pets and other creatures as well,
okay,
when they don't get too much attention or they don't get to do what they do, they sit and pout. You can tell with dogs too. Like suppose they want to go for a walk and you say no, and it just sits there and pouts at you.
I've never seen any animal bored. So I think it's a flaw in our human design.
okay. It's a flaw in our human design. That's okay. Now, to explain this, let's see what the scientists say. Okay, I'm sure scientists have found something. So they say, I'll give you an example of this and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so example is the human body has two main functions. And it functions in two modes, actually. Not that the human body has two functions. It functions in two modes. Okay, one is the automatic function, or it's a very conscious function. Like the nervous system, it's connected in such a way. Like one is the automatic, and let me ask you, what are the functions in our body that happens automatically? You don't have to think about it.
Thinking of eye.
Blinking of an eye, yes.
Beating of heart.
Yes, the heartbeat. You don't control it, bro. It just goes on. Your digestion, your blood flow, so this is automatic, right? That's one. Okay.
Voluntary.
Involuntary.
Yeah, voluntary and involuntary action.
Yes. Yes. So here these are automatic. Okay. Now let me ask you a question. What are the functions in our body which you need to
Heartbeat.
concentrate? You need to be conscious of.
While doing an action.
You're doing an action, probably to eat food, to sleep. Probably, okay, you decide, okay, now I'm going to sleep. Or probably, what else? Even when you yawn or you want to stretch, so there are certain functions which you need to concentrate, right? Like example, imagine if I had the best thing or the worst thing in my hand and I'm going to eat. Till the moment I eat and put it in my mouth, I'm conscious of it. But the moment it's gone into my mouth, I can't control the digestion. it's unconscious, right? So here you have the conscious and the unconscious functions. Now the big question is, where does boredom come? Is it automatic or it needs your conscious attention?
Conscious attention.
Conscious attention.
Conscious attention.
No. Boredom, is it happening to you automatically? Or you need to, okay, now I will get bored. You consciously get bored, or it happens automatically?
Happens
I
automatically.
feel consciously.
You consciously, how do you get bored,
No,
my
sir,
dear?
not exactly. You didn't understand, sir, what I'm trying to say.
Okay, please tell me.
So when you're consciously focusing on that, then you realize you're bored. When you're consciously focusing on one particular thing,
Okay.
you realize it's slowly becoming boring and boring and boring and boring and boring.
Really?
Slowly edging out of you. I feel
So
that,
for me,
sir.
so for
Okay,
me,
so
if you're-
even if it's your interesting subject,
Yes, sir.
you get bored at one point.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Exactly.
I normally love math, sir.
Okay.
But right now it's happening like almost every day, doing sums repeatedly. So I guess I'm getting bored of it.
So
Okay.
for me, boredom is we only control boredom, because if we want boredom, then only we can get it. Like,
Really?
yes, sir. Like if you.
Okay, now
if
I'm
you feel
deciding
we
to get
can
bored.
change
Like that, huh?
something. No, sir. If you are getting bored, then we can do something which is very interesting to change the boredom.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it
Now,
is in
Ankit,
our
let me ask
control.
you your question. When
Yes,
you
sir.
said, okay, I really enjoy mathematics, but right now I get bored. Now, the question is, did you choose to get bored, or did it automatically happen to you?
Let's see.
I guess bored.
Or actually, whenever you, for example, someone's giving a speech, there's no joke, there's no hook in it,
Okay.
and you start to, oh, this is so boring.
So, no,
Like,
my question is, does it happen automatically, or you need to think about, okay, I want to get bored now?
Sir, now I think it is automatic.
It is automatic. Yes. Okay.
Automatic, because we cannot.
See, nobody is
decide.
consciously thinking. See, like example, if Ankit says, "Wow, I enjoy mathematics," so that is what he's enjoying it, right? Example, let me tell you, whatever is your favorite food. Let's take gulab jamun. Okay, you like it. Wow, I love it, and I'm gonna eat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20, 30. 30 gulab jamuns, and then the 31 and the 32. By then you are? Now, I understand nobody will eat 30, 40 and all that. But I'm just saying, after that, do you decide to get bored, or do you get bored automatically?
Automatically.
You see that? Do you see that? That is automatic. Now, let me ask you a very important question. What is more essential to our human existence? What is automatic, or what we consciously think of?
Automatic.
Yes, because because the important things are happening automatically. It starts automatically. It will stop one day automatically. You can't think about it. So these are very important elements. And now that's telling us that boredom is also automatic, and it's telling us that it's so important. As your heartbeat is so important, so is boredom very important. But it's actually giving you boredom is very important. Yes, just like your
Yes, sir,
heartbeat
boredom
is automatic,
important because
and you're also
sometimes
getting bored. So
makes
it's in the same
you-
function of the human existence. So it's telling us. And if you notice, some of the greatest inventions didn't happen because people had everything. Like they say, what is the mother of invention?
Necessity.
Necessity. You need to have, the need is the mother of invention. If you have a need, only then you'll go ahead. Okay, you'll be curious. How can I do this? Right? Imagine if somebody fell into the water. Only then you'll think, oh my God, how do I go ahead and help that guy? So need is the mother of invention, right? So now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, I've been thinking about this, and that's why I've just prepared this whole thing. So Boredom is automatic, and the question is why? Because what's automatic is essential. If there is no boredom in the world, what would the world look like? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There'll be a constant excitement about everything. If you're excited about the sanitizer, if you're excited about the cover, if you're excited about the mouse, if you're excited about the duster, if you're excited about every eraser, sunglasses, if you're excited about everything, if you're excited about pencil, pen, all at once, you know what it would be like?
Extremely painful.
Look at this. Imagine a world where we didn't get bored and we'd be continually excited by everything. Just like a raindrop is like when it rains, you have every drop. Now, there are drops which we don't hear, but there are drops that are falling close to us. Imagine if we got excited about every drop.
Man, that would take a lot of our time.
Yes, think of this. Imagine a world where we didn't get bored and we'd be continually excited by everything. And that is, imagine the cornflakes at your breakfast. You're going to put it into your mouth and you're going to crunch it and you're concentrating on you're excited about every piece of it. My God, you know what will be? It's like you focus on everything at the same time. And you know what happens? When you focus on everything at the same time, you lose meaning of every single thing.
Exactly.
If you focus on, like example, right now you're looking at the computer, right? Now, are you looking, you're focusing here, and the other places you need to defocus.
Yeah.
If there is no defocus, there cannot be focus. How many of you agree? You need to defocus. Like example, if you take a binoculars and you want to see the star, they take it. You need to defocus from the other area and focus at one area. Only then you are able to even concentrate, right? So you lose meaning of every single thing if you can't be able to focus. Now look at this. Boredom makes people keen to engage in activities they find more meaningful than those at hand. Do you see that? Like example, there are things that you're doing. Yes. Now, Ankit said, wow, I love mathematics, but it's coming to a place where I slightly am getting bored. You know what's happening? Your human existence, your brain is telling you, bro, it's time that you go to the next level of mathematics. You've studied this little too much. You know this. You want more, correct?
Yeah.
When you are given more is because the boredom is an indicator. It's telling you, you know what? You want more. Boredom makes people keen to engage in activities that they find more. You want more meaningful activities, right? You don't just like in the childhood. Like think of if somebody gave you a chocolate, you would just want to eat it off. Okay, you're not thinking about everybody else. But as you grow, you have a friend, you have a chocolate. You probably want to break and say, "Hey, bro, you want to have this?" You want to share. As you grow up bigger, what you do is you start engaging in more meaningful activities. Right? Now look at this. The most basic need of a man is what? The physiological needs. If you give air, water, shelter, sleep, clothing, these are basic needs. What's the next level of needs?
Yeah, the safety needs.
Yeah, the safety needs. You want a house, you probably want a job, these are the next level needs. People who don't have this, they'll want this. But if they already have this, they'll think about this. But think of this, people who have a house, food, all of that, you know what they will think about? I need love, belonging, freedom. I want friendship. They'll think like that. And people who already have all of this, you know what they will think about?
What?
Money?
They'll think about self-esteem. Yeah. I mean, the money is one of the ways that they go about their self-esteem. Like, I want to be shown like I'm the greatest man in this whole area. Right? They want recognition. It's me. Hey, the king has come into the world. Yes.
The fame. They want fame.
Exactly. You see that? And if they have that also, you know what will happen after some point in time? Having a lot of money, having a lot of fame. Have you seen a lot of musicians and some of the top actors? They have all the fame, but they get into depression. Have you seen that?
They start losing
Yes,
value
sir.
of it.
You know why?
Because you have nothing to do.
Boredom has kicked in, bro. They want more in life. Right? And you know what's happening? They want to be self-actualized. Means now they are thinking, bro, I have money, I have self-esteem, I have people looking at me and saying, wow, very good. But you know what? I need to live a real life. I need to grow to my highest potential. They want to be actualized, as in like each of us have our own talents, right? Like if I have a talent for music, you probably have a talent for drama, or you have a talent for language or storytelling, whichever you want to be. When you say self-actualization, it's like you coming to the, like, I want to function at the highest level of who I am. I don't want to do things because people want me. I don't want recognition. That's when people start thinking selflessly. Like, think of Mahatma Gandhi. He did a lot of things where he did not think about of his own personal. People shot him, right? For the freedom, he gave his life. When do people? That's when like, think of people going in the military. They think of themselves too less, and they want to help out. They go to the highest level of sacrifice. So you have self-actualization because they want to function in how God created them to be. You see that?
Yes,
So
sir.
I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
So the last stage, okay, he gets bored of his life.
Yes.
And then what exactly does he want to do next?
This one. Is this what you're saying? From here to here, you're talking about?
After esteem.
After esteem.
What is
now,
that
see, look
desire?
at this. Let me ask you a question. After, like, imagine you get respect from all people. Self-esteem, status, recognition, like strength in terms of, okay, bodybuilding or however, you're recognized by people. All of that happens. Now, all of this can be faked, correct? They can cheat people and become rich. They can do the wrong thing and gain self-respect from others. They can cheat
Yes,
people and still get respect from people. But you know what? After doing all of that, when they want to, they'll come to a place of boredom. They'll have meaninglessness. Boredom is basically calling you to meaningful activity. That's it. Every time you're bored, you're basically, your existence is just basically calling you to, hey, you know what? You need to do meaningful work. Right? So here you can gain all that you have through however you want to cheat or blah, 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 whatever in wrong ways. But you know what? You will get bored of it. When you need to move forward, then you will start thinking, you know what? That's when people sometimes go through depression and different other things. Why? They want to, they're kind of living a double life. They want to live, right? So if you want to live out a happy, fulfilled life, that's when you deeply think, I don't want respect from people. I don't want recognition. I don't want anything of this sort. I'm going to do what I am made to do. That is, you see that? So if I'm created in a way that I am good at music, so I'm going to pursue it. And I'm going to pursue it selflessly. I don't want to compete with anybody else. I want to compete with myself, and I'm on the path to growth, constant growth. I'm not on a path to, okay, this is my goal and I achieve it. Yes, goals are good, but after the goal also, there is a whole life waiting for you. Does it make sense, guys?
does.
So this was my study on boredom. Look at this. When you are bored, whatever need is fulfilled for you, you get bored. Like if you don't understand mathematics, till you understand mathematics, you're like, wow, excited. I want to know. But once you know it, boredom kicks in. And then your creative instinct, you have a creative instinct in you. And if you engage in activities that are creative, meaningful, you know what? You will come up with original ideas, which the world will look at you and say, wow, brilliant. Right?
Yeah.
So
now we can all look at you and say, brilliant talk, sir.
thank you so much, my friend. Look at this. When you're boredom, you hunger for more. And your creative instinct is kicking in. You're like, yeah, I want to do something. I want to do something. I want to do something. You know what? You break that boredom, that level of boredom through experiment and learn something new. And you break into original ideas. But if people don't do that, you know what they will do? They'll go the other way. Need fulfilled, boredom, distracted by everything, laziness kicks in. Chalo man, aajkal life is boring, bro. Like that types. And then you're just a cog in the wheel. Means someday you'll join one company or wherever, and you'll go 9 o'clock to work, come back at 5 o'clock, and you'll feel like, oh, I hate my job because you did not engage in your creative pursuits. So when you engage in your curiosity, hunger for more, and imagination, you get original ideas. But if you get distracted by everything, you become a part of normalcy. Now the question is, boredom is calling you. Boredom is calling you to creativity. Boredom is calling you to imagination. Boredom is calling you for freedom. The question is, would you answer? Now let's answer this way. Okay, think of this. Birds have wings to fly. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have wings?
No.
We don't have wings.
No.
But you know what? Creativity says you are born to fly too. And so
Airplane?
creativity invokes your instinct to create, and so you create an aeroplane. Boredom is a call to creativity. Fishes can swim in the deepest of the ocean. Creativity says, you know what? You can also swim in the deepest of the ocean. And so creativity invokes an instinct to create. And you know what? You create all the equipments you need to be in the deepest of the water. And that basically is boredom calling you to creativity. Now the idea is, you can take yourself up in greatness, or you can bring yourself down to normalcy.
I get it.
Can we all read this together? Go ahead, read it.
Achieve what nobody
To achieve what
nobody else
nobody else
does.
has,
You must do
what
what nobody else does.
See that?
That meaning
Is an point.
To achieve what nobody else has, you must do what nobody else does. Okay? I'm not saying that you have to become an Einstein. No. I'm saying that you have to discover who you are, and you can create what you are best made for. That's it. So the question is, people live in...
So can I get the recording of this?
Sure. People live in two modes. Okay? But in what mode you function really defines how you handle your boredom. And what are the two modes? The two modes are, you're either constantly being entertained. I want entertainment. You know what? That's being entertained mode. Okay. The other one is you're constantly thinking of how to create something. How can I grow? How can I become the better person that I am already? Right? So either you want to be entertained, there's always only two people in front of a TV. Those people inside the TV creating something, and those people outside the TV watching something. That's it. A performer, an audience. A performer is always a creator and an inventor, and the people outside are people who are being entertained. The question is, where do you want to be, and how would you want to handle your boredom? Now let's go ahead, open this up for a talk. Go ahead, speak your mind.
Is this feedback or are we
Go ahead, just speak your mind, man.
So can you repeat the question?
I said, go ahead, speak your mind of what you got through what I said till now.
First point I got that I went through a whole philosophy lecture.
Okay.
And the second one is that I got to know that there are two ways, that people live in two ways.
Okay.
And I really loved it. I love the presentation. And for me personally, I want to be the person inside the television doing something creative or innovative.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Sanidhi. Anybody else?
So I'd love to be both.
Yes. Why not?
Information about boredom. I never thought how much boredom could be so big, and now I think the boredom is the most important thing in my life.
I love that. Very good. Thank you.
I never thought a topic on boredom could be so interesting. I should say that.
Yes, sir. Boredom means you'll be bored. But this was the opposite.
Yes.
So
Okay.
first, I would like to thank you for giving such a wonderful speech. I learned a lot from this. And second thing, I never thought behind boredom, there are a lot of things. Right now, if I want to think about it, I could even make a talk of it. So there are a lot of details that I learned. And another thing, I am always like, I don't want to be bored. I want to be doing something or the other. But right now, I understand it's okay to be bored. It's great to be bored.
Okay. By the way, let's not forget the end result. Boredom is a call to a meaningful activity. Like when you're bored, it's a call to a very meaningful activity. What can you do? How can you engage your creativity? How can you engage your imagination? That is what you need to think about.